Oh, yay. Brother boy. I'm numbing the teeth. I'm numbing the mouth. They numbed me right up. They said, this is the biggest cavity I ever seen. I said, no way. What are you, a fisherman? Showing your friends? Hey, check out this kid's tooth. I got a giant hole in it. A giant hole in my tooth because I ain't take care of them, and they gotta cut it out. They gotta drill it. They gotta... I mean, my shit is all messed up. But it's better now. I can't feel... I'm biting the... I'm biting the left side of my mouth and I don't feel it. It feels really weird. I don't know how to play piano no more. I never knew how to play, but I thought I did, and now I don't know. But anyways, I just had some things that I wanted to say about, I would have talked to my dentist, but God, I'm starting to bite my tongue and not realize it. But Dr. Oliver, she was real busy. They said they didn't have any appointments in the morning there, so they got real swamped in the afternoons, and I was sitting there waiting with a numb mouth for like 15 minutes. But that's okay because we got it done anyway. But one of the things I'm thinking, right? Like, I got this nice lady. She's cleaning my teeth. She's got a lovely little office. She's got a water feature. She's got some Waldos hidden around the room. So when you're laying back, you can look for some Waldos and shit. And so I'm looking at these Waldos. I found all 15 of them, by the way, in under 30 seconds, by the way, because they're stupid easy. What, you got kids coming in here or something? Make this more difficult, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, she's like, your teeth look great, nice and clean, healthy gums, but what's up with all these cavities? I says, I don't know. Well, I don't say nothing because I got a bunch of shit in my mouth. Why are you talking to me when I got a bunch of shit in my mouth? You know, I want to chat to you. And by the way, don't be chatting with your little assistant there, because if y'all are having a good time, I'm not invisible. You know, I want to be there. I want to be knowing what y'all are talking about. And if you're laughing, I'm going to want to laugh, and then I'm going to bite your fucking thumb off, isn't it? And so I'm sitting there, and I got these cool red glasses on, so it's like I'm in a movie scene, you know. I got all these like lights and shit over my face, and I'm sitting there with all these red glasses, and I'm kind of just soaking it up, you know, breathing through my nose with with like 6 tools in my mouth, and they're waterboarding me, spraying water in the back of my throat. I'm trying not to swallow. I'm treating it like some training for some torture that I'll eventually get. I don't even know why I'm at the piano. I'm so hyped on this story. I don't even need this shit. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just like they tell me, like, if it's too much water, you know, let us know. Of course I'm not going to let them know. I'm a fucking man. I'm not going to let them know it's too much water. I'm going to choke on the water until I fucking bite their thumbs off by accident, and I'll say sorry and graciously apologize. But I didn't do that. But I did not tell them I needed a break. But when they gave me the break, you bet I was suckling on that vacuum little thing they put in your mouth like a little hamster on one of those little things with a ball, and you go... But anyways... So, you know, she asked me what's up with all the cavities, and I got all these thoughts in my head, you know, because I got the regular person answer of like, you know, COVID, and it's hard to get mouth surgery in a global pandemic and all of that, and yeah, that's all fine and good. A little country slipped in there. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, you're acting like it's my fault. I mean, Jesus Christ, you go to the store, you see sugar, cookies, chips, cookies, more sugar, cookies, go down the aisle to the healthy stuff. It's like, hey, it's less sugar than the other stuff, but it's still got a fuckload of sugar in it. So I'm thinking to myself, like, Miss Dentist, you're asking me, a young person here in this country, why do I have cavities? And my answer to you is, have you ever been out fucking side? I mean, goddamn, when she's like, what do you drink, sugary drinks or something? It's like, of course I do, because everywhere I look, there's an advertisement for a new liquor, a new seltzer. Oh, fucking Dunkin' Donuts just came out with a new hard seltzer, and it's got mad sugar in it, but it's delicious, and it'll get you fucked up. Forget about all your problems. Oh, you got cavities? Get fucked up off some sugary drinks. You'll forget you have anything in your mouth. You'll forget you have a mouth in the first place, and you'll go using it, spraying a bunch of shit to your friends that you'll regret the next day. You'll say, I didn't say that. They say, I got a video of you. You say, that's my mouth moving, but I didn't say that. Anyways, Miss Dennis lady, so don't you think that there should be like a little bit of oversight from different industries within dentistry? You know what I mean? Because talking about psychology, you know, the phenomenon of going to a grocery store with all these options. You know what's good, you know what's bad, but you don't care because you see it and they make it look good. They drop the prices. There's all sort of economic psychology going on. People spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to get degrees, and the degree teaches them exactly how to override your good conscience, how to override your good conscience, health-making, decision-making abilities that you have naturally. But they say, no. That doesn't matter. You can bypass it if you put a little 99 next to a number, make it seem cheaper, then they buy that one instead of this one. And by the way, it's actually more expensive to eat food that existed before food that we made up after the original food. They say the processed shit is cheaper, but I say that doesn't make no sense because the processed shit wasn't there. You had to create it with new stuff, but they say no. A fucking strawberry is more expensive than 16 boxes of fucking Fruit Loops. How many strawberries are in those Fruit Loops? It's zero. Zero fucking strawberries in the Fruit Loops. And I apologize for my cursing, but it's when you put your mouth to one side, it's just like you're so fucking pissed. You gotta just fucking swear all the time. So anyways, Dennis lady says, why do you have cavities? And I'm thinking to myself, like, why do I have cavities? Do you have cavities? Show me the fucking x-rays. I mean, I don't know that you're coming at me. What are you trying to wear these priest robes saying, like, you gotta get your sins forgiven, you little fucking sinner? And I'm like, lady, you got kids. You telling me they don't have no cavities? I mean, they shouldn't, because this is what you do. But I didn't say that. I wasn't gonna make it about her. It's about me. I'm paying the price. I'm paying the price. I did it to myself. I drank and I ate and I drank and I ate, and maybe I didn't floss every day, okay? It fucking hurts, you know? And I don't want to do it because your fingers your fingers turn purple and shit, and you get all slimy and sticky, and you gotta like wash your hands, and you gotta like bleed a little bit, and then your corner of your lips get cut because you're digging that fucking floss in there so hard, and it's like, I don't want to deal with that every day. Every day, tell me I gotta do that every day? I didn't do it. I do it now. Don't doubt it, because when you're presented with good medical information, you better act on that shit. Otherwise, everything following said information is your fault. Fuck this piano. I don't play piano. That shit's stupid. Anyways, so I'm thinking to myself, why do I have cavities? You know, my parents, they told me you brush your teeth. It's good for you. I believe them. It feels good. I like feeling nice and clean orally, you know, orally. Oral B, or it feels so crazy. Whoa, it feels wild. Like I know I'm talking an accent, but it's like I'm stuck here now. I'm stuck here. Why do I have cavities? I don't know. Maybe because this entire system is devoted to the fact that I will have cavities. I mean, Christ. 60-70% of the tools you got next to this fucking chair are designed specifically to take out cavities. So you're telling me, why do you have cavities? The short answer is to keep using business. That's why I have fucking cavities, because I feel bad about all the dentists out there who are just doing boring-ass, rudimentary cleaning appointments, and they say, I didn't go to school for nothing. I go to school to fucking drill some teeth and fill them with artificial shit that someone made. By the way, they stick UV. When they drill this shit out, it's like a giant crater in there, and they drill it out, and then they got these little devices, and they don't explain them to you. They just go to town, and if you don't ask, then you don't know. And I'll fucking ask, because this shit is kind of cool. What's going on? What are you guys doing? I'm sitting there as if I'm just a fucking mouth with a body. I mean, judge, this mouth needs a big fucking chair for just a mouth. That's all I am to them. And they got all this equipment. So I says, what is that little beepy thing? And they laugh like, oh, beepy thing. He doesn't know anything. Of course I don't fucking know. Jesus, I don't come here every day, and this is my job. But anyways, let me tell you what it does. So they use this special serum that someone made. It's all liquidy, it's all gooey when it comes out a little gun. And then they put that in there, and then the assistant, she's holding this little beepy thing. And when you hear the beep, it means it's ejected enough UV radiation into your tooth to completely solidify the little gooey thing. It takes like 15 seconds. It says, you're telling me that you just spray that in my tooth and it's dry already, ready to go, ready to pick at, ready to drill? They say, yeah. I say, that's pretty cool. She says, yeah, it is pretty cool. It's like, what the fuck? Why would I stop getting cavities when you have that super cool instrument to take care of my cavities? I'm going to keep eating this shit because I want to, because everyone else wants me to. Why would I stop? You got this shit taken care of on your end, you know what I mean? All right, now I'm being disingenuous. Breathing in is weird because it like only comes in one side of my face. So yeah, I got some cavities. Getting it taken care of though. Shout out dentists. It's not easy work. I'm a great dental patient because I'm a good listener. I like to please. So when they say open big for me, I fucking rip my fucking jaw off trying to open as big as I fucking can. I'm sitting there aching in the bones. I'm ready for looking like a zombie with my fucking shit unclenching, coming off. And all just so I can get an attaboy from the old dentist. I don't even know her name. It's important, though. It's important to be compliant with your dentist because it's scary work. It's scary work going in the mouths of strangers with your fingers every day. You only get a few fingers. And without these, fucking one of these fingers is the only thing that separate us from other finger-having fellas. We got the thumb. They don't have the thumb. We got the thumb. So if you're going to the dentist all freaking out, biting off the thumb, then like, what are you doing? I don't know if they got insurance for that. Hey, my patient bit off my fucking fingers, and they say, sorry, that'll be a $1,600 deductible. I'm not here to talk about the insurance crisis. I'm here to talk about my cavities. So my solution has been don't drink your sugars if you're addicted to sugar because that's too fucking easy. You gotta eat your sugars. You gotta eat your pastries and your donuts and your cookies and I don't really fuck with candy anymore because I'm a grown-ass fucking person. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid today, he went for a Starburst and I was like, ew. And he's like, candy. And I'm like, all right. And hey, I'm talking here. That's what I thought. So anyways, I'm taking this Starburst, and he's a little kid. And I don't want him to choke on this, whatever it is. It's not food. Saying candy feels... Anyways, it's old, so I like rip it up a little bit to make sure that he doesn't choke on the pieces and that he can chew it okay. And I'm ripping this thing with my fingers, and I'm like, God damn, what is this? Someone was sitting in a chair somewhere at a little fucking desk, fidgeting with something. They said, what's the best way we can help out our dentist friends? Get them some patients who have fucking holes ripped out of their teeth. And that's where Starburst came from. The original idea was how do we fuck up kids' lives and break the bank of parents who don't have enough money. Starburst. So anyways, I don't really fuck with those kind of treats anymore because it's like, what are you doing to yourself? The sugar kick is like intense and brief, and then you got to do it again. It's it's kind of like caffeine and nicotine for adults. It's just completely crazy, but somehow there's a boatload of bucks in that fucking game. So. I mean, we're killing our kids. We're killing ourselves. I was thinking I saw this, I didn't see nothing. I just have genius thoughts all the time with no inspiration. Nothing inspires me but myself. And so, so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, she tells me, right? Like, when you're 35, you're probably gonna need a crown or something. And I'm like, you think I'm gonna live to 35 with the way things are going? I don't know, but I appreciate the optimism. And so I'm thinking, like, oh, that's the other thing. I'm reading this book, right? It's called Galapagos, and it's kind of like a silly little look into the future of humanity if we continue to neglect all the things that we've continuously neglected, i.e. the planet, i.e. each other, i.e. every single living thing other than ourselves. So, and they make a curious comment about dentistry. I don't know what's going on with my voice now. So they're talking about dentistry and how, obviously, in the future, when humans are eradicated and only these few people on the Galapagos Islands are repopulating the planet, they say that, your teeth go rot without any sort of dentistry. Our teeth aren't meant to last a whole lifetime. Like, they're just not. I mean, with all the, that's what he said. He said, human natural selection, evolution, whatever all that Darwin crap is, they said that, our teeth didn't catch the memo. The teeth were like, well, the body's going to live 80-something, 90 years. I'm not. I'm going to fucking die at 25. And I said, that's interesting. But however, this book was written in the 80s, which by my calculations is during the time of American capitalism and during the active decline of our food systems, moving from all natural, organic, earthen foods to completely detached from any sort of fucking morsel of nutrition, and then spread on a wide scale. So I'm thinking, like, is it really our teeth that are the problem, or is it our diet? So then, if it's our diet, is it a willpower issue? Well, if you have will, but all your choices are between a shitty thing and a shittier thing, how are you supposed to exercise said will? So my dentist says, you got all these cavities, what's going on? And I say, lady, do you not understand that I am a biological being designed to feed itself? And if you give me all these options that are financially easier to handle than the nice options, well, buddy, that's the world we live in. I'm going to go with the financially easier options, which unfortunately are fucked up for my teeth. I mean, hey, you go to the movies, you want to get a candy bar? Good for you. That is cheaper than a bottle of water, which the dentist says is helpful to wash out any of the sugars and acids left on your teeth from eating sugar. So you want $5 for some, what are those little little button chocolates with little snow dust on them, those snow caps or some shit. Those are fucking delicious. You have those and you're like, I want some water to wash it down. And you say, hey, fellow human that needs water every single fucking day to survive, can I get some water? They say, yeah, give me $7. $7, that is 25 cents less than the New Hampshire minimum wage. Give me $7, that's an hour's work, and you can have a little bit of water. I say, okay, guess I'm fucking drowning my sorrows in booze after this. That was a little pessimistic, but yeah, so I think maybe I'm just trying to scapegoat, find fault in the system so that I don't have to face the fact that I neglected my oral health for so long that I had lots of cavities and I had to pay money to get them fixed. But it is a little bit not my fault because, you go to an event, they cater it, they put brownies and cookies there. It's half the food. You're like, I gotta have a diverse range of food on my plate. So it's either just pizza or pizza and a cookie. Of course, I'm going to go for pizza and a cookie because these motherfuckers figured out that if you mix salt and sweet, you want one, you want the other. You take one, you want the other. So you keep going back and forth, snip, snap, salty, sweet, drink a little bit of water. Okay, now my mouth feels boring. I got to fill it with some other shit again. Christ, how am I supposed to fucking get over this? Like motherfuckers live and die by the Bible and they can't even stop eating sugars. Like, you think God thinks it's cool for you to eat all these sugars all day and fuck up your teeth? How are you supposed to bite the throats out of the non-believers if your teeth are all fucking cracked and shit? Fuck this piano. I don't even want to play the piano right now, but I got a lesson soon, so I got to practice. I got 1 hour. But yeah, so just, be conscious of your oral health because it's important, and it is the gateway to who you are. I mean, people learn about you through the words that you speak, so you got to protect the portal through which your words travel. And you know what I'm saying? And you may think it's not that deep, but think about it, right? You have this thought in your head, which is fed by the food that you consume. You right, gives you energy, gives you calories. So you have this thought, and you say, I want to say this thought. So you suck in some air through your nose, hopefully, but you could do it through your mouth too, which, by the way, contributes to cavities and tooth rot, but that's another story. So you just suck in the air, and then you find the thought, and then you're ready to exhale it, and it all comes out through your mouth and through your tongue and through your little teeth, and your tongue's licking your little teeth like, look at us, we're such a good fucking team. Your lips are smacking and everything. You can feel all of them, hopefully. I can't right now, by the way, in case you thought this guy's fucking weird. It's okay, my mouth is numb. What do you want me to do, okay? So, protect it because it's important. And consider this, right? I'm sitting here, it's been fucking 21 minutes now, and I haven't said a goddamn word. Because think about the food that we consume and the material we consume with our eyes and our ears and our touch, right? So we live in a fast-paced, consumer-based, price-based society, right? So if you want something for free, you want it quick, and you want to make you want the feel good to hit you quick, right? That's what you want, right? But and so now you're like, I don't want to consume some long form content that's gonna make me like have to think and follow some fucking random guy's train of thought for fucking 22 minutes, which, by the way, is a really short amount of time. Motherfuckers posting 3-hour podcasts, like, as if I give a fuck about what you're saying for that long. Anyways, so try to think about the things you consume, materially through the mouth and to the belly, and then through the eye holes and the ear holes into the brain. The bigger the better, as they say. The bigger the better, So if something takes a long time, you got to cook it, you got to marinate it, you got to chop it, you got to nourish it, you got to give it some life before you consume it. That's probably going to be a better meal for your teeth and your mouth and your tongue and your throat and your heart than the other meal that you just rip the bag open, throw it in the microwave or the toaster oven, and you got that shit ready, pop in 15 maximum. And you're going to eat it, you're like, so good, but let me tell you, you're going to want another one. You're going to want another one, and it's going to go quick, and those nutrients, the sodium in those motherfuckers, the chemicals, you don't even know what the chemicals are. They stack up, and they live in your mouth and your body and everywhere. They live there. They don't go away. You don't just go to sleep and reset the day. I mean, that's what I used to think. That's what I still think. You just crash in your pillow and you sort of teleport into a new, fully refreshed human the next day. No. This shit is continuous. Despite the break in consciousness, the body still has to deal with the same materials all day, every day. Everything you do has an end result. Everything you consume, put in your body, it has a toll that needs to be paid for that shit, like fucking highway tolls. By the way, I still got to pay my Easy Pass. God damn it. But seriously, think about these things in tandem, because when you think about them in isolation, you get real boxed into, boxes, and that's kind of the whole problem of things right now. I mean, we just love boxes so much. We want to make buildings look like boxes. We want to deliver things in boxes. We want to put dead people in boxes. Everything wants a fucking box, But ain't nothing about your body shaped like a box, not one single thing. Look at every part of your body, you say, is that a box? You say, fuck no, because it leads to another part that does something else and maybe helps that part. Everything is connected. You see what I'm saying? You can look around you. Look at your pinky finger and then trace it and say, oh, your pinky finger leads to your hand. And what's the hand? Oh, the hand leads to the forearm. Forearm leads to the arm. And then you look at the arm and it's, what's on one half of the body? It's on the other side of the arm. It complements the arm. You know what I'm saying? Two arms makes one you. Plus 2 legs and belly and all that stuff. But listen, it's all connected. So seriously, when the dentist says, why do you got cavities? I say, lady, pull up a fucking chair. Let's meet Joe Rogan for the pod. Well, maybe not him. Maybe someone else. Maybe someone a little more. But and you get ready to sit and chat for like 2, 3, 4 hours because listen, it's not as simple as I drank sugar. It's like, no, I was fed sugar, because when you're fed sugar and you're all drugged up and you're all coked up all day, every day, give me sugar, give me caffeine, give me booze, let me go up and let me go down, let me go up and let me go down. You never go forwards, you never cut through, you know what I'm saying? You just fucking exist, and you exist in a state of ugh, ugh. You wake up, you're like, ugh, ugh, fucking face, ugh, the fucking taste in my mouth, ugh, everything about you is ugh. But let me tell you, sweetheart, that is not the homeostasis of humanity, okay? We are built for much more than that. We are much more than that. Every single day we have the potential to change the way we see things, the way we do things, the way we experience things, right? So when you're thinking about a problem like too much sugars and too many cavities and not enough money to pay, look at trace the line. Where does it go? Look at the pinky. All right, the pinky is the problem. We got pinky promises and pinky problems. You look at the pinky, you trace it to the root. Where does it go? It goes to the hand. It goes, you trace it. Look around you. Well, I love sugar so much. Well, why do I love sugar? When do I eat sugar? Well, I eat sugar when I'm sad. Well, why are you sad? Well, I'm sad because the person I like doesn't like me back, or I just lost my dad, or I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and nobody's here to tell me, and everyone's here to tell you what to do before the age of 18, and once you're 18, it's kind of up to you, and you're like, nobody told me what to do. Nobody told me how to find these things. Well, maybe they did, but maybe there's too many of them, and now there's so many of them that you can't pick because you have choice paralysis, which, by the way, is a whole other problem with our society. But we're not here to talk about no choices, okay? You follow me? You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to give it to you like I would a preschooler, because things are much simpler than they appear. All right, I got a cavity problem. That means I got a sugar problem. Well, then maybe I like to eat, and maybe sugar is the most fun thing to eat because of the way those fucking glazed pastries feel on my lips and my tongue and my teeth. Well, ooh, that's something that's more than just sweet. You know what I'm saying? Sweet for the soul. But it's passing, it's fleeting, you know what I'm saying? Once you do it, it's like, it's done. I gotta put another one in my mouth. I gotta get another chip. I gotta get another bowl of fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Throw some milk in it, drink the cinnamon milk because it's delicious. Some of you might not have these problems. Maybe you're salt bays. Maybe you love your salt. You don't really care about sweets. And maybe you feel a little high and mighty because you don't care about sweets. But let me tell you, everybody's got their sweets, okay? Everybody's got their sweets. It might look different for you than it does for me, but everybody's got their sweets. And, you know, you might not see it when they're walking down, waving at you on the street, but everybody's got their sweets, sweetheart. And it's terrifying, but there's potential in that, because if we all know we all got sweets, we can all work together. We can be accountability buddies. Maybe the dentist can read a little bit of psychology, and when they give their advice, maybe say something more than just fucking floss and brush every day. Thank you for your fucking time in the appointment. I could have found that out anywhere, any time of day. I could have said, beep, boop, beep. Why do I have cavities? They say, maybe you don't brush and floss. Thank you. Let's be a little more holistic in our approach, okay? Patients and doctors alike. Let's ask questions, patients. Let's offer answers, doctors, okay? Let's offer insights. Let's explain what we're doing. Say, hey, this tool does, I'm going to do this next, okay? And this is what's going to happen, and you're going to feel this sensation. Let me know if it's okay. That's a nice thing to do. Not everybody does that. One would think, oh, of course a doctor would do that. No, some of them they treat you like a fucking person in a checkout line. Like, you got to get to the next one, so let's hurry it up here, buddy. And that doesn't feel good because, again, like I said, it's not my fault, you know? I mean, it is my fault, but it's not my fault, you know? So have a little compassion. Ration out the compassion, all right? You know? Whadditdo. So, yeah, cavities, fucking holes in the teeth, whatever, you know? Worst problems to have. But if you got something that's aching, You gotta go drill that shit out and fill it with something better. Ooh, there's the metaphor we wanted, baby. It found itself. You gotta take that rot. You gotta drill it out. Spray a little water on it. You put the little vacuum suction. Make sure you get all those fucking pieces. Don't leave any pieces in there, okay? You gotta get them all out, all of them. And sometimes you need an extra set of hands to do that. Maybe 2 extra sets of hands. I mean, your mouth is only so big, so, be gracious with yourself. But sometimes you can't do it by yourself. You need a couple people. And that's all right. That's the way it fucking is, okay? So you got to identify the rot. Sometimes you can't see it. Sometimes someone else has got to point it out for you. Say, hey, do you know you have this fucking giant hole in your tooth? Substitute tooth for some other metaphor. Maybe it's your heart. Maybe it's your brain. Maybe it's your, sense of self, whatever. But you got to drill the rot out. And here's the important part. You can't just fucking get rid of something. You got to put something back in there to fill the hole. Otherwise, the water's going to come crashing. You ever tried to dig a hole at the swampy part of the beach? When the sand's all feels like, it feels amazing. You just want to dig you try to dig that hole, and as you do it, all the water is rushing back in. And unless you make some sort of wall and get in there what you want to get in there, the water is just going to keep coming back in. So you got to get all the rot out, and you got to put something else there to replace it so that it doesn't re-rot, you know what I'm saying? And whatever that is, it's up to you. Sometimes it's good to know what you're going to put in before you take it out, but you don't. The order is up to you. Think about it like Indiana Jones, when he's stealing one of them artifacts, he's got to have another artifact to swap so that you don't know that something was stolen, because if it swaps, then it sets off the booby trap. So if you rip out parts of yourself and you don't got nothing there, the booby traps are firing, the nervous system's like, what the fuck is going on? Where are we? Where do we go? Let me start, it's like some people eat a fucking peanut and they die. Their body's like, whoa, we gotta kill it. We gotta kill everything now. That's pretty crazy. Whole nother conversation, though, allergies. But seriously, you can do it. You can do it because you want it. Because you want it to be, you want to fix it. You want to get in there. You want to rip out the ache and the rot, and you want to put something good there. You want to put something great. But it can be hard some days. You're not alone. Remember that. You're never alone. Look at your pinky, right? Look at your pinky. You got your pinky problem. Look at the pinky. It's all by itself. Little pinky, fucking useless pinky without the other fingers, right? And then you look at the pinky. It's attached to the hand. You look at the hand, fucking useless. You attach that to the forearm. Oh, my God. You got a baseball bat right there. You could whack something. Then you attach that to an elbow. It bends. It goes up to a shoulder. It bends. Holy shit. Now I'm punching. I'm rowing. I'm kicking. I'm creating. But back to that pinky, I ain't got nothing. You're not just the pinky. We're not just the pinky or the tooth. We're the whole fucking mouth, the whole fucking... You shut up! I'm trying to do something, man! Hey, don't get angry for no reason, too. That doesn't do good for the soul. You gotta stay calm. You gotta stay centered. You gotta stay at peace, Peaceful, man, peaceful. All right. I'm gonna say... no more stuff. I'm going to not repeat myself anymore. Just remember, nobody likes talking to a motherfucker with stinky breath, okay? So get your shit Chloe. Nobody likes talking to someone with stinky breath, so make sure you go out and you deal with that rot so you ain't got no stinky breath that you're stanking on people with. All right.